All right, well, the fifth leading cause of death in the U.S., in case you didn't know, is unintentional injuries. That's about 120,000 people a year, and a lot of times these are injuries that don't have to happen. June is National Safety Month and an opportunity to raise awareness about this issue. New Hampshire Public Health Director Dr. Montero joins us this morning. Good to see you, sir, as always.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what are the most common unintentional injuries that we see?
Well, in the U.S., there are three main things. You have motor vehicles, you have poisonings, and you have falls, in that order. In New Hampshire, we reverse them, and falls comes first, then poisonings and motor vehicle accidents. In the section of falls, we have around close to 200 people, based on the last report, 190 people who died after an injury. Most of those people over 75. 3 out of each 4 are over 75. So there are things that we can do to prevent those events, and we should.
Okay, well, let's talk about the things that you can do. It would seem like, you know, we talk about poisonings and falls and things along those lines. Common sense plays a big role in preventing it from happening,
well,
or no?
You may assume that common sense plays a big role, but as we say, it's not always that common. When we're talking about, as an example, poisonings, a key thing there is safe medication management at home. You need to log prescriptions, because most of those poisonings are related to overdose injuries related to prescription medications. So we don't want people who shouldn't have them accessing, and we need to make sure that those for whom they are prescribed are properly used. So you need to work on that. On the false aspect, when we're talking about elderly, we need to make sure that we have proper housing with clear mats that don't slip so they won't fall. And in cars, we need to make sure that we don't have unnecessary distractions as cell phones. Actually, 1 of each 4 of the over 100 fatalities that we had may have been related to a cell phone.
All right, quickly, we're running out of time, but summertime, everybody's outside now. What do you got to be careful of? What's the most common injury?
Careful when you are close to bodies of water. We see a lot of drownings. We lost 2 kids last year to drownings. Certainly, we don't want that to happen again. I'm sorry, not to drownings, to injuries. Riding bikes without helmets.
Oh, I got you.
We have several drownings as well. Those are the 2 main things that we can do to prevent fatalities and injuries during the season.
And quickly, the state has an injury prevention program within the Division of Public Health. What does it do?
Well, we do education on these aspects. We keep track of data, and we partner with many different organizations around the state to get the message out so we prevent disability, injury, and fatality.
All right, good stuff. For more information on that, you can also find that at the Injury Prevention Research and Activities in New Hampshire. Visit the Department of Health and Human Services website. Good to see you, Doctor. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.